First thing, I got to know how to read the question paper properly. So, get to know what question is being asked. Later, few parts when it comes to MCQ, I felt it was better not referring the book and just applying your mind and doing it. It saves so much of your time. And later, few there are questions where you know the answer, but for few things you can just refer the book. You know where it exactly lies in the book, and then just complete it off. That's it.
I also felt the same. Like MCQ, matlab, it's better to solve the paper first on your own, and then if there you need, just refer the book there only. After that, if you are left with some time, then refer the book for the correctness, accuracy of the other component also.
First, when we see MCQs, one to two questions we can directly answer. And from the other questions, we no need to study full paragraph. From two, three, 4 lines, we can get to know what they are asking. So, by tracing out that, our time will be saved. And from the other questions which I do not know from group one, I if I can trace the concept, I just written it side from this concept from this subject. So I sorted out like that. So in initial time only I completed the whole paper from where they're asking what should I search, and if I know the questions I just answered, so that I can concentrate the next time on the topics which I do not know at all.
One more thing to add on is I didn't go through the case study first. I just went through the question and then went through the. Yeah.
Yes, that actually saved a lot of time.
Yeah.
So there are certain questions which are directly from the book, like security analysis question and trust question. Those questions we can directly go to the book. Out of our preparation and practice, we can identify them directly from the book and go to the book and mark them. But sir, there are certain questions where we can identify 20 marks out of 25, and other questions we can identify 15 to 20 marks. So if we can choose in that given time, if we can choose between those two questions, we can get that leverage of 5 marks.
Yes.
Yes.
Um, so what first thing what I've done is I've actually analyzed every question, like which question is from which topic is first I've analyzed, and then especially in group one there are certain questions which I couldn't identify. So those I've marked actually, like those I've marked, but rest all it's like especially with group one I feel in this paper group one is far more easier than group two. Like they've given a lot of direct questions, and as they said, it's pointless to read the entire case studies. Just directly read the MCQs. Some of the MCQs you can just answer without even studying the case study. And also I've done the elimination method. Like this is not the answer, this is not the answer. These are the only two options. So I've actually done the elimination method, and I'm able to solve better and faster. And with regards to the descriptive marks also, I was analyzing what is the maximum amount of marks I could score from which case study. Like the some of them I know all of them, all the three bits, and some of them I just know one or two. So like that I'm able to eliminate which one to pick, which one not to pick, which one to go ahead with. That is what I was doing. So,
So overall, do you believe that you can score 60 without much effort?
yes sir, yes sir, yes.
Sorry. Kushal.
So, in addition to the reverse approach, that is from the question to the case study, I feel it's better because case studies are usually divided into paragraphs, and what you need comes in the very specific paragraph. So, this works. And as the others rightly pointed out, quite a few questions were directly doable even without opening the book. But even in case if anyone has got doubts, I felt so that of all the subjects we have studied, the 5 papers, if the index is sort of there in your mind, it becomes very easy. Then you don't have to keep navigating through the book. You pick the right book, pick the right chapter, and you can. It will hardly take 10-15 seconds extra. So that works. And of course, costing and law we have not studied it, but the questions looked pretty direct and simple. I feel if you have a go through of the index once before the exam, many questions can be solved from there as well.
Do you want to say something?
So for me, it helped to analyze how much minimum time it will take to read the case study in exam. It is very helpful to know before going to exam, because if in middle of the exam we may miss, it will helpful to so that it helped in such a way that for me.
And finally, a couple of things which I've asked you to do. The question processing, like how Kushal has done it exactly. This is how I wanted. How was it helpful?
Actually, there are certain things like in one of the questions they said like depreciation has been claimed on the asset and ITC. He wants to claim ITC. Like there are certain important crucial points which is there in the case study which you tend to overlook when you're actually reading the question, and when you're trying to solve the MCQs, because MCQs especially they're very tricky until unless you don't highlight those points. Even your wrong answer, what you've calculated, also is one of the options. So it'll help you get the right points when you're highlighting. This is what I've observed. Yeah.
So the context of this video, in case you have not watched the first part, these are all final students, and all of them will be at CA this time and they become chartered accountants, like except those who are writing only one group. If you look at this, so this is the first time they're writing their question paper, and we wanted them to process the question paper completely. That's why no separate answer sheet is given. The question processing has been the focus, and this is with the fundamental premise that directly, even without carrying those tons and loads of books to examination center, you will be easily able to cross 45. So you should only pick up certain key material, especially the index, which will take you to from 45 to 65. So ideally, in the first couple of hours, without any books, without any help, you should be able to get to 40, 45. Last couple of hours is focusing on extra 20, 25 marks. If you practice this like 2, 3 papers more, you will be able to get there. You're confident of scoring 60 at least?
Yes.
Is that sorted? Yes. So that's about it. This is without preparation. This is the very first time they're writing it. And I'll tell you the real reason why I made you write it. Now, when I say IBS, you're mentally free, right? You're free that you can carry books. That's why you're not thinking of this. Otherwise, 16 IBS is equal to 16 audit or 16. Like it doesn't have any reduced weightage. So, in your mind, when you don't have load, although you're handling, it's like 5 papers together, right? Technically, it's 5 papers together. But when you go without load, when you approach this without stress, you'll obviously perform. Now, this is the same capability which we'll start doing for other 5 papers. Now that you're capable of handling all the 5 papers together, I think you're capable of handling only one paper. Fair enough. Okay. So as we proceed forward from today, as I said, today I'm taking over. This is the starting point. We'll improve our preparation quality directly through question papers, where we'll be solving institute papers, and you'll get to this point. And in this, he has mentioned some notes for instance, what is working, what is not working. He knows what has to be focused upon. So every subject, you'll be able to know what is missing. And for the missing part, either you do it yourself or we'll call one of the mentors. That's about it. Okay. So I hope the objective is achieved and I'll help you with the next steps. Thank you, Manja, for recording this.